Ideally you want to leave as few footprints as possible and just preserve the scene as much as you can. That sounds forensic. I've been watching too many crime dramas. Preserve the scene? I really must stop watching Sky Crime. Good morning and welcome to this week's video. And you join me at Stupid O'Clock. As you can see, the moon is still up. And what I thought I'd do this week is, again, because we're still under lockdown, I was doing a walk a couple of days ago with my wife and we were taking the dog, and we took her a slightly different route from home. We normally walk a certain way on the river and we decided to go the other way. Not that we've not done that before. You know, I run this route quite a lot along the riverbank, but I hadn't done it for a long while since the flooding. And we just decided to go this way for a change. Whew. Sorry for the puffing, actually. I'm just trying to get to the bank of the Trent before the sun comes up. And yeah, anyway, on this walk we actually saw that the flooding that we'd had moved some things around and added some things to the landscape that didn't used to be there. And one of these things to me looked like it'd make a good shot, so what I decided to do was, as you can see, come back at just before dawn and see if I could get a shot. So that's what I'm doing this morning. It's one of those where you have that idea in your mind and you're just waiting for the conditions to be right, and I'm not sure whether they are right. As you can probably see on this video, we've got some fog, which I'm pleased about. I don't know whether the water's going to be high enough. That's the problem. But we'll see. So yeah, I mean, this is really one of the big challenges of landscape photography, is getting to a place and getting the conditions you want when you want them. So hopefully we have this morning or something. You know, I'm not even anticipating that I could get the shot exactly as I wanted it this morning, but anything similar will be nice, any sort of decent shot, because obviously before the flooding this shot wasn't available because this object that I'm trying to shoot in the water wasn't there. So anyway, we'll climb the bank and we'll have a look, and I'll see you in a while. Right, hopefully you can see that I've made it down to the river now. Got some lovely mist over the water, which you often get actually, probably over most rivers first thing in the morning. What I'm actually shooting, and I'll turn you around so you can have a look in a minute, is there's a lovely old tree stump which appears to have reeds growing out of the top of it, and it's, yesterday when we walked past with the dog, it was actually not in the water, it was just out of the water, and I was really hoping that it was going to be in the water today. I had a look at the tide times and it didn't actually look very promising. It looked like it was still going to be quite low, but we could see actually on the sandy bank where the water was coming up to at high tide. So I was hopeful that it was going to be in the water, and it actually is in the water this morning, which is brilliant. And really all I'm doing is let me have another shot at this. It's taking some long exposure shots, really minimalist shots. So because I've got the fog, it means that it cuts out a lot of distractions that are in the background. I can't raise the camera too high because I've got above the fog you can see the top of pylons and things in the background. We have a lot of pylons because we're in the River Trent Valley here. There's a lot of power stations, so you do get lots of pylons around, and if I'd raise the camera too high above the horizon, you basically, over the mist which has dropped down into the river valley here, you've got pylons which I don't want in the image. So basically what I'm trying to do is just isolate the log and the water and the mist. Really simple shot. And actually I might see if I can get this tripod a little bit higher, just so that I can shoot slightly more down and not catch the background. I might try some shots a little bit later with the background in to see if that makes a difference, but as I say, for a minimalist shot you really just want minimal items, as the title says. You know, you just want minimal things in the shots, and I'm looking for really smooth water with the mist and just this log. We'll see how it pans out. There's not a lot of colour in the sky at the minute. The sun's due to come up in about 8 minutes, so how that's going to change things I don't know, but you know, at least I got here in time to sort of try that out. Anyway, I'll speak to you in a while. I'm going to do a few little bit more shooting and see if we can get some improvements on this shot. So if I go through the shot settings, basically I'm at ISO 64, so I've got it, you know, the best quality I can on this camera. I'm at f8 just to make sure that all that log is in focus. I really want it, you know, pristinely in focus. I'm shooting from this tripod here, which I've put some weight onto the tripod to sink the legs a little bit into this sand, because I don't want it moving particularly. So if I just set the tripod down, there's a chance that it'll settle into the sand, so I've tried to get rid of that by, you know, putting a bit of weight on it to sink it in so it's not going to move anywhere from there. I'm at f8, as I say, ISO 64, and I'm finding a 20-second exposure is best with this 6-stop filter on. I was going to go for a 10, but I think 6 is going to smooth it out plenty for me, and just get that real smooth, silky look. Right, so officially the sun is up now. I think there must be a cloud bank on the horizon, because it's not, in my opinion, come up particularly. But you really have to keep your eyes on this, and especially with minimalist shots, I'd always recommend that you keep shooting as long as you've got the conditions that you want, because the changes in light are really subtle. So at the minute, when I first started here, the shot temperature was quite cool, but obviously as that sun comes up and we get more warmth in the sky, more golden colours, that's going to change the feel of the shot considerably as you go along. So it's always worthwhile just keep taking shots once you've got the composition that you want, because it may be that actually one of the later shots has got the better light, you know, the light that you want, the look of the feel of the shot that you want. So as I say, never just take the shot and think, yeah, well that's it. You know, you always, once you've got that composition, just keep thinking, right, is the light changing? Is the light changing? It's going to be better in this sort of light. Just keep taking the shots. It doesn't cost you anything, and just when you get back you can sort of look through 10, 15, 20, 30 shots and just say, well actually this was my first shot when I got there and I really loved it, but shot number 13, the light is just sublime, you know, and it may be that that's a shot you go for. So it's amazing, isn't it? You can see how this mist is just clearing. It was so thick when I got here, but the mist is a bonus. I'm still able to shoot this shot and make it quite a minimalist shot without the mist. What I've done is I've raised the tripod up as high as I can get it, so that I'm shooting slightly down into this log. If I'd got sort of really thick mist, maybe I'd have dropped it down and shot further into the scene with more behind the log. You know, I could actually make it more minimalist with the mist blocking out, as I say, these pylons and these bushes and the far bank of the river. It would have blocked all that out, and I could have dropped the tripod down and gone for a different look to the shot. It's just, you know, it's not possible. I mean, obviously it helps to have a quite high tripod, and then you realise, you know, lugging this thing around is probably worth it. It just gives you that extra option. So anyway, we'll see what happens. As I say, I was hoping that this mist was going to come back, but I don't think it is. Really glad I came though, really glad I came. Made the effort to get up. And go to bed early actually, about 9:30. So I'm going to keep shooting. Right, thanks for watching this week's video. I'm sorry it's not been as long as I normally like to do them, but the conditions just didn't hang around long enough for, you know, that shot I was looking for. It's been reasonable conditions. They were really good when I got here. They just didn't hang around long enough, which is, you know, that's landscape photography really. You know, you've got to try and get that shot while you can, but I'm reasonably happy with the shot anyway. So I'm going to head home now and get some breakfast, and well, actually I think I'll probably be taking the dog when I get home, and then I'll have some breakfast. If you've not subscribed to the channel yet, then please subscribe to the channel, and please give this video a thumbs up, and yeah, give me some comments, any comments that you've got. I always reply to the comments anyway, and I will see you soon for another video. And yes, I hope stay safe, and hopefully we'll be out of this lockdown soon. Cheers, bye.